2025, and you have joined Ask a Care Navigator, Mondays with Maureen. Hello, everyone. My name is Maureen Williams, and I'm the Director of Care Navigation here at Four Seasons, the Care You Trust. And we try to create this space on most Mondays to talk about issues associated with living well and aging well, and perhaps how Four Seasons may be of service. As always, if you have any questions or comments, you can call us at 866-466-9734. You can go to our website, which is fourseasonscare.org. Spell out the number 4, FOURSEASONSCARE.org. Or you can drop your comments either now live or later into the comment boxes on whatever platform from which you are viewing, Facebook or YouTube. So we're glad to answer questions and hear your comments and share your concerns. Thank you so much for reaching out. Well, last week I did a session on how May is Aging Life Care Professionals Month, the work that I do. So let's give some context for that because May is also Older Americans Month. This was established in 1963, and at that time, only 17 million living Americans had reached their 65th birthdays. Wow. About a third of them lived in poverty, and there were very few programs to meet their needs. And a conversation occurred between President John F. Kennedy and members of the National Council for Senior Citizens at the time to talk about these concerns, and it led to the establishment of what was then Senior Citizens Month, which is now what we know as Older Americans Month. Historically, this has been a month to acknowledge the contributions of past and current older persons, in our country, in particular those who defended our country. We're so grateful. Every president since Kennedy has issued a formal proclamation during or before the month of May asking that the entire nation pay tribute to, in some ways, to older persons living in our communities. This year's theme is the graphic I'm sharing with you on the screen, and I love it. There are various other graphics for social media. I really love this one. The theme is flip the script on aging. Flip the script on aging. There is no script. I'd like that even better. But it really focuses on transforming how society can perceive and talk about and approach aging. And that's a bit of what I try to do every Monday here. How can we help you to live well and age well? And in particular, how may Four Seasons be of service? It's a privilege. This particular theme encourages people and communities to challenge those stereotypes, dispel misconceptions. There's no script for this, really. Now, each year, the Administration for Community Living, which is also known as ACL, and this includes the Administration on Aging, and it's an operating division of the United States Department of Health and Human Services. It prepares a profile report on older Americans. Now, I don't have this year's report for May 2025 yet, but I do have the May 2024 report, which of course reports 2023 data. So I thought I'd share some information for you about older Americans and older adults in this country. Here we go. People 65 and over in the United States represent over 17% of the population, and it's expected to grow to 22% by 2040. And y'all, that's just 15 years away. It's not that far away. In 2023, a larger percentage of older men, 68%, than older women, 47%, were married. Okay. Of older adults over the age of 65 living in the community, 59% lived with their spouses and partners in 2023, and about 28% lived alone. States with the highest percentage of those 65 and older were Maine, Florida, Vermont, and West Virginia. That's not all of those choices would have been expected to me. The 2022 median income of older people was $29,740 median. And that's $37,430 for men and $24,630 for women. So you see that the median income for women is about $13,000 per year less than men, older men. And 5.9 million people over the age of 65 live below the poverty level. Almost 6 million people. And another 2.7 million have incomes at or just above the poverty level. And those are called the near poor. It's kind of scary. In 2023, 11.2 million Americans aged 65 and older were in the workforce or actively seeking work, either working or actively seeking work. That's a lot of people. The percentage of older adults who had completed high school in 1970 was just 28%. And now it was over 89% in 2022. So we've become a more educated nation as we've aged. The older population is expected to grow significantly in the future. We keep hearing this, and it's true. And I certainly see it in my work. In 2011, the first baby boomers began turning 65. That wasn't that long ago. By 2030, all baby boomers will be age 65 and older. Guilty. And after 2050, all baby boomers will be older than 85. Wow, it's not that far away. In 2022, half of all people 65 and older lived in 9 states, North Carolina being one of them. And at that time we had 1.9 million people over the age of 65 in North Carolina. And that accounts to about 17 to 19% of the population of North Carolina is over the age of 65. That's not insignificant. So what do older adults, older Americans think about aging? Well, older adults report that as they've gotten older, they've become more comfortable with themselves. 88% report that. They have a strong sense of purpose. 80% report that. They feel more positively about aging. 67% report that. And they found their lives to be better than expected. 65% of people over the age of 65 report that. So those are some pretty good perspectives from that of an older adult. But what do older adults do for you and me and for the communities in which we live? What do they do for all of us? Well, get ready. Here's just a small work for themselves and for others. They do home maintenance work for themselves and others. They do yard work for themselves and others. They provide transportation for others. They run errands for others. They provide emotional support for others. They provide friendship for others. They provide and enhance educational environments for themselves and others. Just consider the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute right here in Asheville, and there are quite a few of those scattered across the country. Older adults are living repositories of knowledge. They've accumulated this through life experiences and education. And this helps younger generations navigate complex professional and emotional challenges. Older adults act as mentors and emotional pillars for many families in need of stability. Older adults are volunteers. I'm excited about volunteering more when I'm retired and have more time to do so. They are very productive members of society. And they are having a good time, y'all. They are having a great time. And did you know that people who are active in their communities are less likely to have high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease? Just be active in your community. That certainly reduces the burden on our loved ones and the healthcare system. It's impressive. And I want to share just a few names of a few folks who made a name for themselves, but you've probably never heard of these people. They're inspiring. At the age of 75, cancer survivor Barbara Hillary became one of the oldest people and the first Black woman to reach the North Pole. I love that. Alan Johnson was 80 years old and has been calf roping since 1946. He's a member of the National Senior Pro Rodeo Association. Get this, despite multiple broken fingers, a twice broken left leg, broken arms, and 2 knee replacements, Alan still rides every day, and he regularly participates in physically demanding tie down calf roping events. That's a really Western cowboy kind of thing. I love that. Keiko Fukuda was still teaching judo and self defense classes at age 98, despite having bad knees and Parkinson's disease. In 2011, she became the first woman to ever attain a 10th degree black belt in judo, which is judo's highest honor. Amazing. 92-year-old track and field champion Olga Kotelko holds more than 20 world records for track and field events. Doctors continue to study her extensively because of her enduring physical wellness and prowess. Amazing. In 2011, 81-year-old Lou Hollander became the oldest person to ever complete the annual Ford Ironman World Championships in Kona, Hawaii. This includes, get this, a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, and a 26.2-mile marathon run at the age of 81. And lifelong yoga enthusiast Tal Porchon Lynch. She fell and broke her hip at the age of 87, requiring hip replacement surgery. Her doctor told her she'd have to slow down and take it easy for a while. Well, she didn't take her doctor's advice at all. A month after her surgery, she began taking ballroom dancing lessons, and at the age of 93 was winning dancing competitions and still teaching 12 yoga classes a week. You've probably never heard of any of those folks, just regular old folks wanting to make a difference in their own lives and in the lives of those that they serve in their communities. Just things that are important to them. So, to flip the script on aging, as you look at our graphic here, let's flip the script. Don't let the gray hair or no hair or wrinkles fool you. We'll all be older adults one day. Just think about it. And Four Seasons is here to help you with your aging journey through our Facebook and YouTube videos, through our website, fourseasonscare.org, or our very many programs and service lines, such as Care Navigation or home care, as well as our palliative and hospice care service lines and our grief services. We are here trying to support the communities that we serve, that we all live in, that we want to make better, in which we would like to provide the right care at the right time. We are here for you. And it would be a privilege to be of service. So just call us at 866 466 9734 or go to our website, fourseasonscare.org. It really would be a privilege to help you along the way. Well, next Monday is Memorial Day, at which time we honor those who died in service to our country. And we are so grateful to them, the legacies they left to us and for their families. Incredible, incredible. So we'll return again on Monday, June the 2nd at noon for another episode of Ask a Care Navigator, Mondays with Maureen. And we'll talk about a couple of other things associated with living well and aging well. And please, if you have any comments or questions, drop them into the comments boxes or topics you'd like to hear about. It would be a privilege to share that with you as well. Have a wonderful day today, everyone, and thank you. Bye-bye.